Today on the channel, I'm back from a quick flight to the big event, and let me tell you, my arms are tired with the Big Rubber Guys big event exclusive, Rick the Model Martel.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Big Rubber Guys unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got the latest from the Big Rubber Guys, the big event exclusive, Rick the Model Martel. But of course, for all your big event exclusives, you got to go to the big event. Unfortunately, sold out pretty quick over there. Sounds like more coming to Squared Circle Expo here in a week or two. What is time? And then whatever is left after that, you got to go to Collect Major. Go over there. Hopefully they'll have some of these left over there. So Collect Major will probably be the place for the majority of people to pick up your Rick Martel Part 2. We'll do comparisons later in this video. And of course, going to do this video like we do all the other videos on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So without further ado, let's dive into Rick the Model Martel. Now, Martel, a little controversial in the Big Rubber Guys style figures, as a lot of people did not like the last one, and I would say I saw what they were trying to do with those glasses. It just didn't work out paint-wise, whatever. It had a wonky look to it, and the feedback was pretty severe on that, where they did hurry up and make another Rick Martel figure here. Maybe less accessories to this one. Like I said, we'll compare it a little bit here later, but I do like to get another version of Rick Martel, another all-timer, one of the all-time greats. A guy I enjoyed as a kid, and then of course he had that resurgence in WCW back in the day, which was absolutely amazing. And now he's finally, over the last year or so, poking his head back into wrestling and going to things like the big event. Have to imagine a lot of these will be autographed up on eBay and everything else, as we usually do see. Not mine though. I just want the figure. I'm not about the autograph, but shout out to Rick the Model Martel, an all-time legend. But here it is, Rick Martel, Big Rubber Guy style. We know the packaging by now. There's the old model. He is truly a model, Rick Martel. Big Rubber Guys, Rick Martel. Big Rubber Guys, 18 and up on these. You 17-year-olds, you can't handle this model, let me tell you. On the back, got the newish style packaging on the back with the new checklist. You can go to Collect Major, see the full checklist if you want to. Knew that day would have to come eventually, as they keep turning and burning figures each and every single month. Looking very good here. Collect Majors, where you're going to find them all. UPC, Jibber Jabber. No readouts, anything like that on the back right here. But does look good. No Easter eggs back here either. Can't wait to see this ECW line when that does come. Suppose that's going to be an in-stock set. Can't wait to see when that day finally comes. You know I'm here for that. I'm here for some ECW Big Rubber Guys. But let's see what old Rick Martel's up to. Let's see what all the fuss is about. Plastic Rick Martel prison. Looking pretty good. No damaged packaging, nothing like that. I don't have any cracks in my plastic. Looking pretty good here. Here's old Martel, and you guys know I save my packaging. I don't know why I save my packaging at this point, but there's so many packages of these guys now. I don't know what I'm going to do. I was talking to my wife the other day. I'm always anti-storage unit. I'm like, if you don't like it enough to display it, you shouldn't be paying for storage unit. I don't even know what a storage unit is. It could be up to like $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a month, depending how big you get. But let's say a real basic one's like $50. You're paying $50 for stuff to store. Like, if it doesn't mean enough to be in your house, you probably should just throw it away. Obviously, there's always examples of stuff. You're in between moves or whatever. But I just can't imagine getting a storage unit, putting all the boxes I want to save for my figures, and paying like $100 a month for that. That's just seems crazy, but you never know. Crazier things have happened, but a wild time. I got to figure out what to do with all the packaging. I might just have to cut bait. And I know there are some of the packages that are worth some money out there. So if I get $50 for like 5 packages, I'd probably like that $50, but well, collector problems, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? There you go. But let's dive into it here. We're going to start with this accessory here. We got the Arrogance container here. As a kid, I thought that was just the craziest thing ever. And then many years later, you know, it's like an insect repellent thing that they do spray your house with and stuff. But it does say Arrogance, looking very cool. Love the white against the purple. Looking very nice, very on brand. We'll never forget him spraying Jake the Snake Roberts in the eye. A wild time, one of the greatest brother love memories. I remember thinking Jake was just dead forever. He's never going to see again, that Jake Roberts. And then they showed that white foggy eye. It was just a wild thing as a kid. Either way, do love to get that. And then we get Rick Martel here, a more classic style glasses. I got to say, these glasses look better than the last version. I like them. Very simple, but sometimes you don't need to try to get too fancy with things. Simple is better, and I think it looks better here personally. Got the white teeth, got the nose, 2 ears, a mouth, playing all those human hits. Got that long, poodly kind of hair. Looks like he's ready for the tennis club or something. And we saw that in some vignettes once upon a time with Rick Martel. But does look good. That looks like Rick Martel to me. I would know this is the model. Big jacked up frame on Rick Martel. Always looking good. Always looking dashing. Always, dare I say, looking like a model. Got the 2 open hands, almost like a young Bret Hart, just saying, hey, doing one of those kind of things. Got the purple wrist tape here. Got the purple trunks, purple knee pads. And then you got the purple and white boots there with the dynamic lace tying ability of Rick Martel here put into plastic form. As usual, you guys know by now, there is no articulation on these guys. Big rubber guys, LJN, etc. No articulation. Wouldn't be a terrible playability figure here, doing arm drags, body presses, all kinds of different stuff. Maybe not the greatest playability, but better than a lot. Better than Rick Rude, we'll give it that here, of course. But it does look good. It does say Collect Major, 2025 Major on the bottom it does have down here. And I wonder if they had plans all along to do this, or if it was a rush job after, some people being upset about the last one. They said, hey, let's put a push on this Rick Martel. Let's get it back out there. Not exactly sure how that all went down, but I will say it does look good. I don't got any issues with this. I always did prefer him in the purple as well. He'd wear the pink every once in a while, and obviously the white, the classic from the Strike Force days. But I always think of Rick Martel when I close my eyes, as many of us do at night. We think of Rick Martel, I'm sure. We think of him in the purple. At least I do. But we did get the prior version here in the baby blue, looking pretty good. Looking wild, but looking at them side by side, obviously the same mold and stuff. Gotta get the most out of your molds, but just painted totally different. Now, we did not get the sweater on this release here. I wish they would have gave us the sweater, but it is what it is. Save them a little bit of money and stuff. The tan is also a little bbit different on this one, so there is some notes to the tan. I think I prefer the tan on the purple to the blue. All around, I prefer the purple to the blue. I don't like the glasses on this one like a lot of other people. There's some people that say they like it. It's just not for me. It almost looks like he drew X's over his eyes or something is what it reminds me of. But I'm crazy to think that we got 2 Rick Martel figures from the Big Rubber Guys in the span of like 6 months or whatever time is at this point. After so long getting 0 Rick Martel figures for the longest time. Be very interested to see where it goes in the future with Rick Martel. I think he's playing all the angles, getting figures for as many of these companies as he can, and I really do think he will sign a Legends deal before you know it, somewhere in the next year, maybe 2 years. He'll go in the Hall of Fame, we'll get Elites, we'll get Ultimates, we'll get all that kind of stuff, and then the cycle repeats himself. He'll drop off, go to the third parties. I think we're going to see that more and more, the Demolitions of the world, the Macho Man, etc., etc. They'll all come back, and then they'll go back and forth, and I think that's the new reality here. Follow the money. Stop me if you've heard it before. But I'm here for this Rick Martel. Heck, I'm here for more Rick Martels if they want to give us something different. If they do give us more Rick Martels, I would like to see a new body style, though. I would want to see them use something different, a different body tooling position, whatever. Give us AWA Rick Martel. How about that? But we'll see where it goes. There's a lot of Big Rubber Guys in the pipeline. Almost too hard to keep up sometimes, but very fun to get a Rick Martel and a little correction of the last one that didn't go over so hot for many people. So there it is, the big event exclusive, at least for now, Rick the Model Martel. What's your guys' thoughts? You picking this one up? You need this one in your collection? Let me know in the comments down below. You made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell as we got videos every single day and then some. We got even more content for you on Patreon, YouTube channel memberships. Your best way to support this channel and all the content it does bring. And there's plenty of content. Check it out. Of course, support the channel. Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com, which is the name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show, available where podcasts are found with video cast on YouTube. And don't forget my 2 books, The Complete Guide to the ECW Original San Francisco Toy Makers and The Complete Guide to the Jakks Class Superstar Series, both available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble right now. So for Rick the Model Martel, more like it, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?